At this point, Kaylor, you're on your own. I mean, I can't really imagine Kaylor like single and forming another connection with someone with Aaron still in the villa. So maybe she's just doing this so that maybe she could still win. But that boy isn't even doing anything. And she's like, okay, I forgive you. Her cry voice it's becoming painful. We just hear it so much that like, fuck. I don't know. She goes into this very throaty, like, it's like she's always like kind of choking on her saliva. That's sort of the sound because she's crying. But we hear it all the damn time, only for her to be like, okay, I'm going to forgive you. I'm like, well, then why did we do all that? So we're still on movie night. But then today we're going to cover movie night part 2 and then last night's episode, which was the Islander gets dumped from the villa. And Caine actually went on IG Live, and my sister sent me the Reddit post that recapped it, and I'm going to go through that because he already was like, ick, ew. He was already giving all of that to me, but then this IG Live even further proved it. So let's get into it, huh? They start to play a clip, and it is Serena crying about Cordell during Casa. And Aaron has the nerve to go to Cordell. They're just doing us dirty, aren't they? I go, sir, the women in the relationship didn't do anything. There's nothing for them to show. This is just what it was. Okay, sorry. I know he would love more than anything. Aaron would love more than anything to have there be a video about Kaylor kissing some guy who could be like, see, Kayla, see. But Kaylor is comforting Serena, and she's like, no, you're like so strong. Honestly, you're so strong. You give me so much strength. Well, she's trying, but you're not taking the strength and doing anything with it. Whatever you think you're doing that's strong, not enough. Not enough. I wish you had a little Serena in you, Kaylor. You could use a dose, that's for sure. Next up is Miguel and Sierra kissing and everything in Casa and kind of being like, Leah who? I forgot they had some major kissing moments, but Leah handles it like a fucking champ. It doesn't feel good, I'm sure, to see someone kissing. Like if someone you like, you're just watching them kiss someone else. I'm sure that doesn't feel very good. But Leah handles it well. When Sierra apologizes, Leah's like, you really have literally nothing to apologize for. And you know I would tell you. And then she does this amazing maniacal laugh in the best way. It's so funny how much I've come to like her. You know what sealed the deal for Leah was when they did the social media challenge and she figured out that people were thinking she was a villain. And she went into her interview and was like, whatever you've heard, times it by 2, make it even worse. Yeah, that's me. We will always love a bitch who can read herself or just like own it, take it on, not give a shit because it's reality television. It's going to be brutal. Next up, I was hoping they'd show this one, is Aaron and Daniela kissing in the challenge in the shower, but then kissing her again. And then him telling her it's not just a test. And Liv, thank God Liv is there for this because she just goes, you just dig yourself a bigger and bigger hole every day. And Aaron's like, that's what I was feeling in the moment. And Liv's like, doesn't mean there's not consequences to your own actions. And Aaron like snaps. He's like, there is consequences, okay? But that's what I was feeling in the moment. I wanted to test myself. Yes, I wasn't thinking about Kayla. I'm only human. I can't do everything perfect. That is the classic toxic guy thing to say. Okay, I'm human. I'm actually not even just toxic guy, toxic human being. Like Ramona was known for saying, okay, I'm not perfect. All right, I'm not perfect. You know? So please, I can't do everything perfect. We'll try just doing one thing with a little bit of sincerity. How about that? Kaylor's like, how could you say what you said to me when this was 3 days ago? Aaron keeps going like, it's just my experience as much as everyone else's experience, just my experience. And so Kayla goes, yeah, I hope it's your experience. I hope you had a good experience. And Liv goes, clearly he did. And then Aaron goes, Liv, why do you keep getting involved? And I'm like, he's got to be kidding. He's got to be kidding when he's been fighting every battle for Rob. Is he for real? Okay. Liv's like, you just don't like me calling you out. And he's like, oh, no, I just like, why you get involved? Why you get involved? And then Kayla's like, because she's my best friend. Oh, that's why. Aaron tries to tell Liv, you just like to stir the pot. Go fuck yourself. He keeps, or Aaron, also this whole like, it's my experience. It's my experience. He keeps saying that. It's my experience at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's my experience. And Liv goes, you can have experiences without ruining someone else's. And then Aaron's like, okay, well, when you were getting to know Connor, and Leah leads all the girls, like all the girls are just like snickering, like, no, he did not just try to bring up Connor from like weeks ago. Connor, who's been off the show. Like, this is the shit he would do. That's the manipulation shit, the deflecting, whatever. Kayla eventually just like screams, like, stop yelling at me, okay? Because I'm hurt. Stop yelling to me. Why are you doing all that? And he gets up and walks out. He even pushes Rob's hand off of him. And this is what we saw. He takes that mic pack off and he does the interview right after. He goes, what's the point in trying to mend it? Because the second you try to mend it, it's going to get fucked up again. Yeah, because when you don't tell the truth, that's what happens. Then if there was nothing for her to figure out or find out later, it wouldn't be a problem. But like, you've been hiding shit. So that's why. Rob clearly goes in there, probably a producer in there too, convincing Aaron, please put your mic pack on. Please, like, you can win this is essentially what Rob is like. What Aaron is translating this to, how can I still win? There's no way people are going to vote for us now to win because, like, look what's happened. And so Rob convinces Aaron, get it together. He puts his mic pack on and they go to the guy's pensive place, which is the dock. And Rob is like, I'm proud of you for how you handled that. What? You took accountability. What? And you just have to keep doing that. But like, really what Rob is saying is like, bitch, be fucking sensitive. Be nice to Kayla, you asshole. Because he even says, he's like, she is valid in what she feels. So you just got to suck it up and take it. He's like, I don't know. He's like just pouting. He's like, oh, I don't even know. Jesus. Then Rob hugs him and he's like, I love you, buddy. I care about you a lot. You just got to buck up. And he's just like, with his stupid face, like, pouting. Like, Somehow this convinces him to go back. Kayla had also walked away. So I just thought what this was funny is they waited until they got Aaron back, Rob back, Kayla back, sit them down. Someone gets a text that says, movie night is now over. I'm like, you guys could have genuinely just ended it and been like, okay, let's go find them. Like, you could have followed them around. But Love Island is so regimented in its formula. Like, they need to like finish the ceremonies as they plan them out. They cannot deviate from said plan. But really, they could have been like, okay, movie night's done, guys. Movie night's done. Go find them. Let's go talk to them. They made them walk all the way back, sit down. I got a text. Oh, movie night's over. Okay. Besides, Aaron was just sitting there like a brat anyway. And then when they're like, movie night's over, he just gets up and like walks back out, basically. The girls had, like, I knew this was going to happen. They had a quickie, let's get over it from the movie night madness, Leah and Liv. They're like, we're good. I love you. We're cool. Whatever. Bigger fish to fry. Sorry. There we go. I knew that was going to happen. But Aaron, when all the guys were talking, he really actually says, I told her most of the things that were in there. So yeah, whatever. No, you didn't. You literally didn't. You literally didn't. This boy. Now, something I completely forgot about was Rob, and that Rob was with Daniela. So when Rob was like, actually, yeah, for me, watching the girl I'm coupled up with kissing Aaron and doing all that stuff, that actually affected me as well for my own reasons. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. And it's just funny because we watched it, so we know. But he's like, it's just making me think maybe she wasn't genuine. We're like, yeah, duh. But I guess he didn't know all of what was happening with Aaron and Daniela, even though they watched him like kissing and stuff. I don't know. I think he could have figured that out. But when it's in your face like that, he's like, let me think this over. Nicole talks to Kendall. This boy is getting off way too easy. He tries to downplay like everything he did. And he's even kind of like, he's like, I'm going to overreact in situations. That's just me. Okay. Well, it's just me. His vibe is like, please, I was hardly the worst of it. Okay. But Nicole's like, okay, no, you're friends with the girls. Like if you weren't so close to the girls and you also did that in Casa, it wouldn't really matter, but you're really close with them. And then they see you do that. And then it just makes them feel like it's bullshit. Kendall is very much the messy Mitch from UK. That was very much like Mitch's vibe too. Like you want to go tell Kendall all the gossip, all the tea, because he's like messy and wants to hear it, but he's also like a prick, like a fake. And my sister said that people on Reddit think Kendall and Nicole are just like doing this for the show. And if you had asked me this a week ago, I would have been like, no, I think they like each other. But the more I see Kendall, the more I'm like, yeah, this guy. I don't know. I think he just wanted to be a star. All like the little dumb dances he does, that weird, like, I'm sexy. Who's sexy? You're sexy. Oh God, I can't even do it. Icky, ick. So yeah, I don't, they're not going to win. They're not going to get it. No, thank you. But Kendall's attitude is like, literally like, I'm not the worst of it. So like, all right, maybe I'll consider what you're saying, Nicole. Rob then talks to Daniela, and that tweet about her being passed around like an object is making a lot more sense, isn't it? Isn't it, Rob? Yeah. So he's like, I need to take a step back. The next day, Kendall does make up for it, I guess. He brings Kaylor and Serena and Nicole, of course, breakfast. And that's all they needed. They're like, thanks, you're hardly the worst one here. So we're good. But Janae, while they're getting ready for the day, Janae talks to Leah about, she's like, you fucking owned up to your shit. And even though she shouldn't be apologizing, even though they should have showed the goddamn crying scene so that people could have been like, wait, what were you upset about? But anyway, Leah owned it and Janae's proud of her, but it's clear that like she wants a Rob-Leah reunion. And now even I'm like, this is the thing about being, I'm sure just them being on Love Island or like in the villa for this long. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go back to that. I don't know. I was thinking, just when I was getting ready to record, I was thinking like, wow, they are just in the villa. It is the same thing for weeks. Like it can make you kind of nuts. Kind of boring. There's no TV. What the fuck would I do? There's no television? Forget it. I'm out. Unless we can like watch videos on our phones or something. Like, is there a way to rewatch Housewives here? Can we just like throw that on in one of the rooms? No? Well, then I'm out. Miguel tells Rob and Kendall that the whole thing with Leah the night before, the movie night, was alarming because his parents were really angry and Leah was actually like reminding him of that. And so I'm sure a lot of you felt the same. I was like, this is going to be his reason for breaking up with her. But then it ended up not being that. So I was like, okay. Everyone is pretty much like pulling people for chats who they should be pulling for chats, except Aaron. He sits down and eats his dumb breakfast. And Rob's like, so, what are you thinking about with Kaylor? And he's just like, I don't know. I think she just needs some space. Maybe needs time. Needs some time. I'm like, not even going to try. He's like, this just, I'm not in the mood. I'm really not up for it right now. Janae and Kenny are actually my number one now. I'm shocked at how much I've come around on them. We just didn't really have a lot of time to get to know them before Casa. So that was like kind of why I didn't really clock it. But since getting back from Casa, if Kenny is faking it, he's doing a damn good job. But God knows I'm easy to trick. You guys know that by now. I'm useless like that. But I'm buying it. And Janae, they have like a sexy dynamic. I can tell he wants to like eat her up, but he also admires her and likes listening to her and thinks she's so cool. And Janae is just like, I've really come around on Janae. The fake, like kind of 4C stuff was driving me crazy for a little bit, but I feel like she just is like a little Disney princess come to life. That's just sort of Janae. And it's I like liking them more than I like disliking them. When I'm watching reality TV, even if they're annoying, it's like I can still enjoy. So it's annoying when you don't like them at all and everyone's just like, oh. So I'm happy that I've come around on Janae. And I really like her and Kenny. They are sexy. I like them. I am currently revamping the merch for She's Speaking because we did the rebrand. And we use Shopify for our online store. And it is so user-friendly and so customizable. And it integrates so easily with the warehouse that we use to sell. Shopify has a million tools that make your business grow, function, and just operate with ease. Like you can grow your average order value with the Shopify Bundles app, where you can create and sell products in bundles, no problem. And now Shopify Magic, you can whip up captivating content that actually converts, from blog posts to product descriptions. That's a big one. You can generate instant frequently asked question answers, pick the perfect email send time. Plus, Shopify Magic is free for every Shopify seller. And Shopify grows with your business. So no matter how big or how far you grow, thanks to an endless list of integrations and third-party apps, anything you can think of, from on-demand printing to accounting to chatbots, everything you need to revolutionize your business. What about marketing made simple? Shopify takes the guesswork out with built-in tools that help you create, execute, and analyze your online marketing campaigns. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/shespeaks, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/shespeaks now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/shespeaks. I felt like such an influencer. I went over to my friend's house and he had hop water in his fridge. That's because I'm the one who introduced him to hop water. I'm like, it's the best, right? He's like, I love it. I'm obsessed. He was a big beer drinker and now he doesn't drink anymore. So hop water is perfect for him. I wasn't even a big beer drinker, but I love the hop water. Hop water is a non-alcoholic sparkling hop water that blends hops with adaptogens and nootropic. And these ingredients have mood-boosting effects. I'm telling you, I feel like a happier person. It may just be in my head, but even my friends who've had it agree. Hop water is crafted without alcohol, calories, gluten, or sugar. Hello. And all the flavors are so good. I love ruby red grapefruit, but also mango is very good. So now I've got friends on it. You guys should try hop water too. Right now, Hop Water is giving my listeners a special offer. Order through my exclusive URL, hopwtr.com/shespeaks. You get 20% off your first purchase, plus access to special flavors that are only available online, and free shipping if you order 24 cans or more. Don't wait. Order now at hopwtr.com/shespeaks for 20% off. That's hopwater.com/shespeaks. Leah talks to Rob and she apologizes and she cries. And I honestly hate that he is pretending that he was genuinely crying. And he's like, it's okay, I forgive you. I'm like, bro, can we please back it up? Okay, you were just trying to cry and make her feel bad for you, even though you were about to dump her. But when she was like, wait, what are you fucking saying to me? I mean, you told her that like the sexual whatever between you guys was forced. And then you were like, are you not going to ask me how I feel? Okay, do you not see my tears right now? But she apologized, whatever. I know when Leah gets out, we're all going to be blowing up her DMs like, bitch, watch that episode. You do not owe him an apology. I got excited for one fucking second because when Aaron goes to talk to Kaylor, it seemed like she was ignoring him. And I was like, yes, but no. He takes her over to the dock and he's like, can we get a hug first? I'm like, you see how manipulative? That's what they do. They have mind fuckery. If I give you a hug and let you feel me physically, you'll kind of, He kind of says he's sorry here. He barely expresses remorse. He's like, if that had been me, I would have reacted 10 times worse. So like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. But it's like so mediocre, so half-assed. He's not sincere, so he doesn't have a lot of words to come up with because he's making shit up. He's like, they tell me I could still win. They tell me people do this all the time on Love Island because I was about to quit because I was like, what's the point? And they basically convinced me like, no, trust us. Like the worst of the worst have won. Remember when Sammy and Jess won UK last year? What the hell was that? That was insane. I still can't get over that. How the hell did they win? That was crazy. Serena and Cordell. Oh my God. They have a good conversation and they're hugging and they're back and oh my God, now I love them too. They might be my number one. I can't decide. I cannot decide between Serena and Cordell and Janae and Kenny. I cannot decide between those two. I love them. I love them both, or I love both couples. How about that? Equally for different reasons. But Cordell and Serena seem like they're just like best friends. And he thinks she's hot and he's hot. Like I said, when they showed that one shot of him like waiting for her to walk back after the Casa recoupling, I was like, oh, his face. Oh my word. His face takes my breath away. So yeah, I am liking them. And so Serena goes over to tell the girls like, okay, we're back. And we closed it off. Kaylor is trying so hard to be happy for Serena. They got over to Kaylor's face and she's barely smiling. She's like, okay. Because Cordell has put in the work. Cordell has put in effort to make up for it. And Aaron has not. God, Kaylor. God. Jesus Christ. And then, oh God, then the next moment that I even have written down is, this is what my notes say, Jesus Christ, Kaylor, in all caps. This is what I'm going to read my notes verbatim. Aaron gets her a fucking seashell necklace and she's already kissing him. That is like, what is the point? And Aaron's like, got it. And then Aaron goes and does an interview and he's like, she knows I'm an idiot, but she knows I'm her idiot. And he like smirks like, that's just the role I'm going to play now, right? Ah, shucks, old me. Ew. Miguel pulls Leah for a chat and I'm like, this is it. This is it. They're breaking up. It's over. We're done. But the way she handles it, he's like, all right, can't really argue. He's like, so what I saw yesterday is something that I've been like trying to avoid. And she goes, same. He's like, yeah, because I grew up with a lot of anger and it's just something that I try to not be around. She's like, same. Yeah. And he's like, all right, well, I like, sounds like you learned from it. She's like, totally. He's like, okay, let's make out. I'm like, cool. That's good. Ariana enters the villa. Now, maybe controversial because I know we're not allowed to say anything bad, but I didn't like this look on her. The dress was like it didn't fit her right. It looked really heavy and I wanted it like a little bit shorter. It almost looked like I just didn't fit her properly. And everything's been so on point. And I feel like the amount of hair they gave her just looked very heavy to me. Like it looked like a wig on her head for me. But she still looks like Gorgina. But if I'm starting to nitpick, I was like, wait, this dress it almost didn't like work for Love Island. Like it was like too ornate and detailed and like heavy for the island, you know? All right, so they do their little ceremony, the recoupling, and let me just say, Kenny's speech for Janae is too good. I was screaming. It just went on and on, and it was so good, and everyone was like, I want those like wedding vows. Someone should just copy those, because man, he nailed it. And then Cordell has to go next, and he's like, oh man, you're going to make me go after that? He's as cute too, though. His is so cute. Total side note. Has Daniela always been that short? Or is Liv just that tall? Because I could have swore, if you had asked me if Daniela was tall or on the taller side or on the shorter side, I would have said taller side. But then seeing her up there, I'm like, oh, she's a little itty bitty thing. I'm like, is Erin just really short? Because to me, she seemed, I don't know, like that was unexpected. But she's a little petite, little Hottie. Caine couples with Sierra, and his speech is like kind of aggressive. And I only noted that on the second watch because I'd already seen I'd seen the next episode at that point. I was like, I can spot it. He doesn't look like he wants to be there, you know? I mean, Casa wasn't the best time for the Casa men, but they sent in guys that just weren't going to get anyone excited. Okay, when Rob goes up, though, he starts his speech and he lets on that Liv is about to go home. And Kaylor starts to cry. And then when Liv says, even Ariana was like, I just have to say, watching your friendship form has been the best part of this. So I understand like all the tears. And Liv was like, oh, that's so nice. But I was a little bit in tears too. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit. When they have to say goodbye to their friends, I don't like it. I think Liv tells Kaylor that she thinks Aaron really loves her and that she can see them working out. I think she says that just because she knows she's leaving. I think she's like, there's no point in me being like, dump his ass because maybe you'll win. But I think that was just like a favor to her because I was like, you can't really believe that, Liv. And if you do, we have an issue. So they're like, bye, everyone, bye. And then Ariana returns and scares everyone. And Harrison, all 6'4", this man walks in. Now, listen, he's not my style. I don't really care for longer hair. I don't really care for like white guys anymore. I typically am more attracted. Like if I had to pick a type, honestly, it's like Latin men. They'd do it for me for sure. However, I think Harrison's anyone's type. He literally looks like a Hemsworth brother. And 6'4". See, I'm falling in love with him on a screen. If I saw all 6'4" of him in real life, done. And he knows it. And he's got the jewelry on and he's got the outfit. I'm like, oh, if a bunch of Harrisons had walked into Casa, we would have had a much different experience. Okay? Because let me tell you, he sits and he chats with the Goyles, and I didn't realize that Kaylor worked with autistic children and that she had just graduated with her undergrad. And I believe she said she did psychology. I was like, oh well, okay. Harrison all the boys are freaking out. It's kind of amazing because he is on every single, like ticking every box for how to intimidate, like the perfect bombshell. Let me put it that way. They're playing table tennis. And Kendall's like, so, do you play any sports? And Harrison's like, I play a little bit of everything, actually. They're like, of course you do. Then he takes his shirt off to play table tennis. And he's amazing. He beats everybody. They're like, can this guy go, please? Can he get the hell out of here? What the fuck? There's no denying it. Was it Kenny? Kenny was like, dude, I was short next to him. Like, Kenny's probably like, that's my thing, is my height. That's my things. I have, what's happened? Because actually, like, it's now that I think about it, like Latin men aren't generally tall, like as over 6 foot tall. So I'm sure for Kenny, he's like, and I'm over 6 foot. So like, it's a huge thing. And in walks Harrison. He's like, never mind. God damn it. Okay. They all go to sleep or whatever. And Caine has to sleep outside because I think it was Miguel and Leah were like being loud in the bed and kissing and all that kind of stuff. So interesting. The next morning, Kaylor wakes up crying about Liv. I just miss my best friend so much. Aaron's like, God damn it. Although I bet Aaron was kind of happy to get rid of Liv. He's like, I don't need another one of these people yapping at me. All right. Yeah. Much easier to manipulate Kaylor when she doesn't have her bestie around. Harrison gets a text. He's got to go on 3 dates. And I was with Cordell. Cordell's like, you're going to be tired as hell. I thought the same thing. I'm like, how many hours he's going to be sitting out there? My goodness. Sierra's the first date. They have a very nice, sexy time. Speaking of sexy time, though, Serena does Cordell's hair. And the whole scene was very sexy. Very sexy. I was like, ooh, this is like a new turn on unlocked. I didn't know that, like, watching a couple, like her doing his hair. Oh, it was so cute. Oh, I loved it. I love them together. Nicole then gets the text to go on the date, and Kendall is like such a little asshole brat about it. He's like, it's going to be a waste of time. She told you she's basically closed off. But the date's fine. She's very respectful. And I don't think I could go on a date with that man and not slightly flirt, because his perception is, she says she's closed off, but I don't really think she's closed off. I don't think it's possible to talk to you, sir, without feeling like someone's falling in love with you. Okay, with your blue eyes next to like the blue ocean. As Daniela points out, they match the fucking water. Or was that Nicole actually who pointed that out? Yeah, okay. There's a really quick moment. I just happened to catch it. Janae's telling Aaron that the girls were talking about like how their men compliment them or something. And she goes, and then Kaylor goes to us, Aaron calls me a little gremlin. And he's like, yeah, she is a little gremlin. I'm like, cool. God. Sierra talks to Caine after she gets back from her date, and he's aggressive. The way that he just is breathing, the way he's like kind of holding his hand over his mouth as he asks her, like, so what happened? Tell me about it. Like I can feel his seething anger. I did not enjoy that at all. And he's like, I ain't going to compete for no one. I'm like, you're on Love Island. It's literally a competition dating show, sir. The fuck? And he's just not here for it. So bye-bye. Get out of here. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. Then they get to the end. Harrison couples up, and his speech really does make it seem like he is about to pick Nicole. But he doesn't. He picks Sierra. And it was like, okay, cool. That was like the smoothest transition ever. Get Caine out of here. Get Harrison in. We're good. We still have, which we saw in After Sun last week, Cassie from last season will be joining as a bombshell. And I'm wondering who should be worried about that. Probably Kaylor, because did Cassie say Kendall? I can't remember who she said she was targeting. I could tell on After Sun when she talked about who she was targeting, I could tell Mara was a little like, but he's coupled up, and a little like, well, don't do that. But Cassie is going to be messy. I know everyone, I think Cassie might have been the like star, if you will, of last season, but she just kind of irritated me. Like I wanted to like her more, but I was like, she's just annoying. But anyway, let me read though the breakdown of that live that Caine did. Okay, so the ones that stick out to me are, he says none of the couples are going to last on the outside, but that isn't a surprise to me. He doesn't think any of them are strong couples. He didn't pick Liv because at that point he was just trying to cause mess. What? His least favorite Islander is Serena because he found out she talked mess about him. He says the fakest couple is Nicole and Kendall, but he also is like, it was tricky and he doesn't know or something. This is not the best recap of this. He reiterated a lot how much he didn't really care to be in the villa. Well, then why were you there? He says he came on Love Island for a challenge. He says the show is all pre-recorded. Some things are gone over again. Well, that I think we can tell that's when they say that we got a text or any of those like standard responses. I can tell. Sometimes I can tell that they had to like set it up to make sure they got it. To his knowledge, he doesn't know the reason he got kicked off so quickly, but he thinks it's unfair and BS. Thinks he may have upset a few people in there, producers, but he was more than ready to leave. Okay, it looked like you were not having a good time. He says Love Island is the hardest thing he's done in his life, and it was stressful, and he's more fucked up now. He says Kendall actually didn't cut the boy's hair. It was fake or acted or something. Why? How? He says the show isn't scripted, but there was stuff that was calculated. Yeah, that's not a surprise. So he just like wasn't up for it. I hope we don't ever see him again. I hope they don't bring him back. I doubt they will with that report, sir. But whatever. All right. Well, anyway, who is your number one? Who is the number one now? I'm still tied between Janae and Kenny and Serena and Cordell. But I also like just if all I know is I want Aaron and Kaylor to go because it's run its course. I'm over it. I don't need to see any more of their back and forth bullshit, and I don't need to hear his dumb face anymore. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I think that's it. All right, guys. Love ya. Mean it. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to She's Speaking with Emily Hanks. This show is produced, hosted, and edited by me, Emily, and brought to you in partnership with Cloud 10 Media. If you are looking for bonus content, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. To show some support, you can hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Another free way to support the pod, please rate and/or review on whatever platform you listen. It's free, and it helps the algorithm or something. You can also head to buymeacoffee.com/shespeaks and buy me a coffee or two. Make sure you're following me on all social medias. I am She's Speaking with Emily Hanks across all platforms: Threads, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. That's it. Thank you guys. See you soon.